Alrighty, everybody, Steve here from the Bear Life, and today we're talking about this here, the 19th annual One Heart Festival 2024 here in Korea. And let's fix this just a little bit. Bam, so we can get that all in one line. So the One Heart Festival, this is in Korea. It's close to Camp Humphreys, and they do this every year. And this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday, it is officially kicking off. And I wanted to go over some of the information on this because it is a huge event for Koreans, Americans, foreigners. They all come up, tons of vendors, tons and tons of food, games for kids and parents, and music and more music and dancing and singing and drinking and eating and drinking and more. It's just a lot of fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this here. And this is the Korean One Heart Festival. 19th annual. 19 times they've had this, and it is May 18th and 19th of this year, right outside of Camp Humphreys Millet Gate, which the Millet Gate is the drive-through gate. So they close off the gate, and they actually have tents on the inside that people can go in. You have to show your ID, military ID, Korean ID, no guns, knives, or anything that goes boom or anything like that. But they have a bunch of vendors on post, but off post, the road leading up to Millet Gate, that drive-through gate, it's got to be like, a quarter of a mile of vendors and tents and food and games and more food. And at the end of that street, they blocked it off. There's going to be a huge stage, and they have concerts and singers and dancers, Korean celebrities, and so on and so forth. It is a huge thing. So I wanted to go over this. So they have the main stage. They have local bands. They have two teams. They have a Zumba dance. Let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger so that you all can see. Old pop music performance, and they have the times there: elementary school and children's choir, rock and U.S. children's choir, Humphreys Youth Orchestra, the opening ceremony and celebration performance by Book Drum Performance and Band and McQuiffin Band, whatever that is. And then they have busking performance, 13 to 1500 on Saturday. And then they have crafts and games and booths and food and drink and more food. Then on the 19th, we have kind of the same thing. So you've got some more bands and local talent, saxophone ensemble, folk songs, 8th Army Band Jazz Combo, K-pop performance by Bang Cho Ruk, Ju Dae Gyeong, Lee Jung Genesis or Genesis or whatever however you pronounce it. Buskers are going to be busking. That's a new word for me, busking. I'm not really sure. I know it's people playing music, but I guess they just decided to call it something hip. Crafts and games and more food vendors. Yeah, so a lot of stuff is going on. 1600 to 1615. Citizen participation parade with citizens and U.S. military families, costumes, the whole nine yards. And there is basically what we're looking at. So you have the main gate over here, which is the drive-through gate, and you on the next 5 blocks is lined on both sides with nothing but tents and vendors. And then if you go over here, there's actually the walk-in gate and the road there, which is called Rodeo Drive or Rodeo Street. They get a ton of vendors. Vendors, foods, food, more games and food and music and singers and the whole nine yards. It is a huge event that's going to be going on. So the One Heart Festival is pretty wild. Parking lot, we live close by. We can just walk, so it's no big deal. But they have parking, public restrooms that are available, and it gives you some more information there. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some videos. Matter of fact, I am processing a video as we speak right there. That is, I went out and got some information to, show some of the stuff that's going along, the different vendors and stalls and all that stuff. It is definitely going to be a great time. So did a little recon today and got some footage, and it's a little shaky because I forgot to put the Rocksteady on, the stabilization on this camera, so it looks like an old camera. So we'll just run with the retro old camera, try to clean it up as much as I can, but I'll make sure tomorrow or the next day when we go to the One Heart Festival and kind of walk around and have some food and drink and all that good stuff, we'll get some good clean footage. So anyway, if you're close to Camp Humphreys or you need something to do, matter of fact, the footage that I just showed, there's already people selling food and they're doing games and the whole 9 yards, and there's still people setting up. But yeah, if you come tonight, you could probably get some good food as well. And then definitely tomorrow is going to be interesting, because tomorrow, I think the high today was like 77, 76 or 77 degrees. And then tomorrow the high is 80. And then on Sunday, it's supposed to be a high of 83 or 84. So yeah, depending on your heat index or ability to adapt to the heat, you might want to make some plans to just show up on time or show up later in the evening. It will go on for quite some time. But it's a great place to bring your kids, bring the family, experience some of the Korean food and culture. A lot of people will be there, both Koreans and foreigners and U.S. service members and their families and contractors and other people. It is really a great time. So I highly recommend it, and we're going to be checking it out again as usual. So yeah, on Saturday, tomorrow, it starts at 1300, is basically when the main stage set starts, well, at 1400. But on the booths and the food vendors, they'll all start at 1300. But I can tell you, from last year, at least last year, the food vendors and booths and games, they opened up early. So, might be something worth checking into. But it's definitely a great thing to do, and it's going to be fun. So it brings a lot of people together. It brings local businesses together to sell their wares and their food and their games, and good for family fun. It's the whole 9 yards, and it works. Really enjoy it, and we go every year. So anyway, I thought I want to get that into the mix and let people know about the Korean American One Heart Festival and how it's the 19th one. I think we've been to 3 since we've been back. We caught the tail end of when we first got here, and then the next year after our first year in Korea, and then now we're popping up, and it's that time again. So we're going to enjoy it, and hopefully if you're in Korea, come on down to Camp Humphreys area, and you can enjoy the Korean American One Heart Festival. All right, so that's going to be it. We're going to take off from now, and tomorrow we'll get some more footage. Yeah, like and subscribe, and if you're interested in stuff in Korea, Korean food, kimchi, the whole 9 yards, chicken on a stick, there's so much good food here in Korea. I mean, just walking down the street where vendors were already cooking food, it was just amazing. It just made me hungry. So, we might have to go out tonight and get some food. So anyway, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll get you more information. We'll do another video if things work out well, and we'll see you then. All right, peace. Good stuff.